WWE Bash in Berlin took place August 31st. Let's check out what went down at Bash in Berlin. So the first match, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. This match was a little over 23 minutes. It was for the WWE Championship. Cody and Kevin Owens, they are both great wrestlers and they're good in the ring. I wasn't crazy about this match. And yes, it was predictable, of course. But, they hit their finishers, hit their signature moves, the usual. And I just really couldn't get into this match, but pretty much Cody Rhodes won with his finisher. So that's not a huge surprise. In that program, it wasn't anything special to me. But hey, it was okay overall. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire and Outlaw Dawn for the Women's WWE Championship. I actually enjoyed this match, and I thought overall it was a pretty good match. So, the beginning of this match, the Unholy Union, they dominated by beating on Bianca Belair, preventing her from getting the hot tag. Eventually, Bianca Belair got the hot tag. Jade came in, she cleaned house, she took care of business. And then pretty much towards the end of this match, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair hit their double team move on Isla Dawn, and they won the match. And they are the new women's tag team champions. So this was a good match. I was hoping that the Unholy Union, I wanted them to retain because I wanted them to hold on to the titles just for a couple more months. But hey, it didn't happen. I feel like with the Unholy Union, I really like them. I think that they are, they are good in the ring, and I feel like WWE can do more with them. So I'm ready for Jade and Bianca to see how this reign will go. And at first, I thought that Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, when they lost the titles a couple months ago, I thought at that point that they should have retained the titles. So I'm like, what's the point if, they were going to lose titles, or the fact that they lost the titles 2 months ago and then they just won them back? Why couldn't you just keep the titles on them, to start with? The women's tag team championship, those titles have been passed around so many times in the last year and a half. It's just, it's kind of funny at this point. So the next match, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. This was a strap match, and I really enjoyed this match. I would say this was probably my favorite match from the show. And CM Punk, the guy is in really good shape. I think this is the best that he has looked in years. So this match was competitive. There's pretty much some back and forth wrestling. The guys, they brought out some weapons, a chair, a table. They hit their finishers a couple of times. And then pretty much the finish, CM Punk hit the go to sleep on Drew McIntyre a few times. And I think it was, I thought this was great. When he hit his finisher, the last time that he hit his finisher on Drew McIntyre, he grabbed the bracelet off of Drew McIntyre's wrist, and he touched the corner to win. So, I thought that was great. And this storyline with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, the storyline has legs, and they can continue to, continue to have this program for a couple more months. So I can't wait to see what the guys will do next. But that was my favorite match. Next was the mixed tag team match with Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest versus Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio. This match, I really enjoyed it, and I just thought it was just really entertaining. And this program has been great. So Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, they dominated for most of the match, and they just took care of business. The crowd went nuts when Rhea Ripley finally got her hands on Dominik Mysterio. And then also this spot, the double razor edges, I really like that from Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. That just looked, awesome to me. And then, of course, the Judgment Day, they had to interfere. And Liv, she took she dove onto Rhea Ripley at one point in the match, and it was a scary dive because she was way off. But it looks like she's fine. It looked like she didn't hurt herself or anything, but that was pretty scary. She almost landed on her face. And then also, I think that there was a That clothesline that Damian Priest did to Dominik Mysterio when they were on the announcer table, that was great. That was really good. And then pretty much the end of this match, Rhea Ripley hit her finisher on Liv Morgan, the Riptide, and she got the 1, 2, 3. So this match was just really entertaining, and it was just really fun. I can't wait to see what is next for these guys. And then the main event was for the World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus Randy Orton. So this match was 37 minutes long. You know what? Randy and Gunther, they are great wrestlers. They are just really good. And Gunther, I would say right now, in ring work wise, I think he's probably the best wrestler right now. At least, in the top 5. But I felt like this match was just too slow and just too long for me. I like their match at King of the Ring. I thought that match I just felt like it was just better. It was just really competitive and it was intense. I mean, this match was intense as well, but it just seemed like the first few minutes, it was just, I don't know. I couldn't really get into it. We had the usual chops, the strikes, the submissions. The guys hit their signature moves, their finishers. And then Gunther had Randy Orton in a sleeper, and Randy Orton passed out, and Gunther retained his championship. But I wasn't really feeling this match. I wasn't really feeling this. Please, if you care to leave a comment, let me know. How did you feel about Bash in Berlin? Take care and have a good one.